am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why did I decide to do that? I don't really know. Hey guys, it's Callum here from Forest Fan JR, and welcome back to another vlog, and it's the School Rant Part 2. Now, if you missed Part 1, go check it out. There'll be a link to the vlog playlist in the description. It will be in there somewhere, so be sure to check that out, although it isn't required to understand this part. If you do want to go watch it, go ahead. But yeah, there's two huge points that I'm going to talk about in this part, and then I'm going to probably leave it there. So yeah, let's get right on with the first of them. First point is homework. I'm sure some of you were probably expecting it to be in the last part, but it's here because there's quite a bit that I want to cover on it. But yeah, so firstly, homework, it gets set during times when you're supposed to be on a break, so things like Christmas break and the Christmas holiday, the Easter holiday, after school, you know, when you're supposed to be away from school, just relaxing, enjoying time with family and friends and all that. But nope, instead they give you these useless things to do, which, you know, they just give you all these useless things to do which just waste your time because they don't count for anything. Yeah, useless topics. You know, it's just like the classwork, they cover things that are pretty much useless. You're never going to need them when you leave school. For the majority of people, it's absolutely pointless learning half this stuff and covering half of it for homework. And the whole class is expected to do this homework, and if you don't do it, no matter what your excuse is, you're going to get in trouble for it. No matter what your excuse is. So if you weren't there to receive it, you get told off for not doing it because somebody else should have told you, and no one else gets in trouble for not telling you. During a holiday, you can be visiting family and friends and loved ones from far away, and obviously you want to spend time with them rather than doing useless work. But that's not a good enough excuse either. You'll be in the hospital with 2 broken legs and a broken arm for being hit by a car, and you'd still get in trouble for not doing your homework. Okay, I'm not quite sure about that one, but hopefully you get the idea of what I'm trying to get across here. And a lot of the time, homework doesn't even get marked simply because the teachers say that they've got more than one class that they're trying to worry about. But we have loads of classes. We've got about 10 classes at least that we're trying to worry about, or that we are worrying about. We're trying to get work done for all 10 classes, all homework and classwork, and we're preparing for exams and all that. We get in trouble for not doing this work when we're preoccupied trying to do loads of other work. They don't get in trouble for it when they don't mark it. Homework, it's putting another couple of hours of work on top of kids who are already struggling with the 6 or 7 hours of work they've already done. And yeah, countries that have little to no homework, they actually have higher academic achievement. I wonder why that could be. It couldn't be anything to do with the fact that they don't have as much stress because they're not doing this, you know, pointless work or anything. Yeah. In England, it's apparently the head teachers who dictate how much homework you get set and how often it gets set and all that. They're the ones who say whether you get homework or not and how much you should be doing, how much time you should spend on it. So if you feel like you got too much homework, then your head teacher might be to blame, but don't quote me on that. I don't need a swarm of angry head teachers raging at me for this. That's just what I learned off, I think it was citizensadvice.org a while ago. Along with that, I also learned from citizensadvice.org that pupils do not legally have to do homework. So it's not part of the law. The law does not say students must be set homework. So it can be abolished, and it honestly should be, because it's pointless work. You don't get anything out of it. You know, it hardly ever gets marked. You get in trouble when you don't do it, no matter what your excuse is and how genuine the excuse is. And yeah, too much stress. That's about it for homework. I can't really say much else without repeating myself, even though I probably did several times there. Now, the big one, exams. With a school student's life, exams seem to be the only things that actually do matter. Because believe it or not, the schoolwork and homework that you do throughout the year, throughout the 10, 12, 13 years, something like that, that you spend in school, whether they're graded or not, the graded bits there, unless it's coursework, a lot of your working lessons doesn't count for anything, so good to know. Oh, and AQA, where do I start with AQA? Where do I start? You know, AQA, the Wall Street Journal of exam boards. Where do I start with this? With last year's exams, the 2016 exams, the ones that I had to take, and loads of other kids across the country, we ended up inadvertently turning AQA into a meme at the time, really. A bit of a dead meme now, but some of their papers and some of the questions were just so stupid. And the biggest paper that was the problem was the first biology one, because some of the questions had absolutely nothing to do with biology. How do you make a genetically modified mosquito? And that wasn't on my paper because I did one of the easier ones with biology, but I mean, genetically modified mosquitoes, this isn't Jurassic Park. We don't need to know how to do that. Why do you want to know how to do that? What is an independent company? That was another question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not business? So yeah, independent companies, business, not biology. So why was there a question asking what an independent company was? Why was that on a biology paper when it's clearly not biology? The worst question on that paper was, prepare yourself, describe the differences between the types of alcoholic drink consumed by 15-year-old boys and girls. I didn't mention 15-year-old in the question, but that's what they were 15-year-olds. Describe the differences between the types of alcoholic drink consumed by boys and girls. And these boys and girls were 15-year-old. It put the word types in bold as well to imply that's what they're going on about. They want the differences between the types of drinks, not how many people drunk these drinks. Remember, these are 15-year-olds who are supposed to be drinking these. And you want to know the types of alcohol in question? Beer, lager, cider, spirits, alcopops, and wine. They wanted to know the differences between all of them. They don't want to know how many people drunk each type, they wanted to know what the actual differences between the types were. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but in a way it could encourage underage drinking, something that the Surrey police pointed out on Twitter. Like I said, I don't know if it was AQA's intention to encourage underage drinking, but they may have done. They may have done just that, whether they meant to or not. They're asking for the difference between the types of alcohol, not how many underage kids are drinking it. So, I mean, unless we as the people taking the exams, unless we actually drunk those drinks ourselves, we wouldn't know what the differences are. Believe it or not, I've not tried any of them. I've not tried any of these alcoholic drinks, so I don't know what the differences are, which meant that question was completely skipped. Just one of the bad exams. That was just one of them. If you go on my Twitter and go back to like May and June 2016, you'll see some of my tweets and maybe retweets of questions and jokes about those questions from other papers, not just AQA, but they're the main culprits here. I mean, if you want to know how bad it is, just go back to my Twitter in May and June 2016 and see what I tweeted and retweeted, basically. And my Twitter is in the description. Unintentional plug from a Twitter there, didn't mean to do that. The stress exams put students under. I mean, do I really need to explain that in further detail? So much stress on students. They're trying to get these exams, they're trying to get the best grades they can in these exams, so they're somewhat panicking during it, panicking before it, panicking after it until results day comes in, which in England doesn't happen for about a month and a half, 2 months, something like that, until after the exams are done. The stress that some of us are under while trying to revise, it was something that I suffered from quite a bit of stress while revising, which resulted in me getting distracted and doing other things in some cases, but that's said about that. That's that sort of thing, the better. In conclusion, there's several other points that I do want to bring up, but I'm gonna save them for the next vlog, and that means I'm gonna leave the school rant here for now, at least. I may come back to it later on. Some extra points I'm gonna bring up in the next video, and wait until you see that. That'll be a joy. That'll be good. Can't wait to do that. But what to take from these two videos and the points that I'm going to bring up in the next one is school and education in general. It really needs improvement, and improvement soon. Because from what I'm hearing from my sister, who's still in school, and from what I keep seeing in reports on TV, even though it is, you know, the news and fake news is a big thing these days, so I don't know how reliable that is, but what I keep seeing, it's not getting any better. It's if anything, education and school is just getting worse quicker than ever. And these sorts of videos about how bad school is, like these school rants and other school rant videos that people have made in the past, we need to get those into the hands of people who can actually change something for the better here. We need to do something, because kids these days are hardly learning anything, and if anything, it's we're just spending most of the day, most of our school days, we're just spending under stress and panicking and just without a care in the world, not wanting to be there, or rather be anywhere else but there. School needs changing, and it needs changing soon. And please, for the better, don't keep adding these new stupid rules for things like uniform and homework and kicking kids out when they haven't even done anything wrong. Just stop doing things like that. Please, just abolish homework. There's a good start. Just abolish homework. So yeah, like I said, some of the other points that I missed out in these videos I'm going to include in the next one, which is going to be a much longer vlog than usual, because it's going to include not just a few of these extra points, but quite a few other things discussed in it as well. So yeah, that'll do for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new. We're getting closer to the 100 sub goal, and special video that's going to be coming for that. Both mine and Jack's Twitters are going to be in the description, along with the second channel and the vlog playlist. Yeah, check out other videos by us if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Why did I seriously think it would be a good idea to close out a video by doing the same thing I did for my face reveal? I don't even know why I bothered wearing this, but just it's like I thought I didn't get bullied enough for the face reveal.